how have you always had that accountability for holding yourself to that standard and taking the responsibility of this was my fault? Because a lot of people, even now at my age, let alone your age, they
Yeah.
battle that. They get defensive. They don't take it in as like, this was my fault. I'm going to fix it and I'm going to learn from it and do the things you did. That's again, great self-awareness.
I think there's actually a story that when I was 16, I was driving this old Jeep, and I was kind of like driving really fast on a totally snowy day. I mean, it was like like a foot of snow everywhere, and I was driving way too fast, and I was coming up on an intersection, and I hit the brakes, and I totally slid, and I hit this lady in her car, an old lady, and she was fine, but I hit her, and then she panicked, overcorrected, ran into two cars that were parked in front of a house that then hit the house and destroyed the house.
Oh my God.
So like 4 totaled cars and a house that was like destroyed. And I remember like I got out of the car, I was totally in shock, and the lady was all mad at me. And I called my dad, who I have a fantastic relationship with and look up. I mean, he is the world to me. You know, both my parents are, but I look up to him. And I called him, and I just kept saying, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. The road, you know, like the road was too snowy. Like, it's not my fault. The weather was really bad. And, you know, like, cause I wanted to be off the hook. And I remember like he showed up to the scene of the crash and sat me down, and he said, I'm not upset that you got in a crash. I'm upset that you didn't take accountability for it and you didn't own it. And he didn't say it wasn't mean. He just like said that to me, cause it was really sad for me to have my dad be upset with me. And that hit me so deep, where I was like, that was kind of the moment for me where I said, like, I need to take accountability for everything in my life. Like, if I get in a fight with my wife, it is my fault. At some point I can trace it back to where I went wrong, that it's my fault. And I think like that was the great lesson, you know, for me, that I learned from my dad in that moment, standing there in the snow, 4 totaled cars, cops are here, the guy's house is gone, he's crying about it. Like, that was like my moment. And so I think that I've carried that with me through business and stuff, to be like I know that you know, the number one reason why anyone is not successful is because they will not take accountability for their own actions. That's it. It's very simple, right? It all comes back to that. And like the other day, I saw an Instagram post, you know, and I don't follow super closely, but I guess one of Elon Musk's rockets crashed, and he personally showed up on site and was there himself, you know, and took full accountability for the crash, even though there were probably thousands of people that worked on it. And so I think that like at the end of the day, like that's it, you know, and that's somebody that's really taught in the home. So if you're a parent and you're listening to this, like, teach that, right? Teach like the words that stuck with me is, I'm not upset about what you did. I'm upset that you didn't own it. And so I think that's the number one thing that I was taught as a child that helped.